Good evening, and welcome to week 5, episode 5 of the No Cap Sports Show podcast. Tonight, the fellas will be talking about sports athletes and mental health, and they'll also be discussing Rookie of the Year projections and who's going to be the breakout player of this year's NBA season. Fred, Mo, Jonathan, Ron, let's get into it. Put your hands in the air, shake a dick. Welcome. What's up, family?
What's up? How you doing?
I need to put my glasses back on. I'm clicking on the wrong buttons up in here. Dang it!
Mo got the naked gun.
Right.
He said the naked
gun. Got the naked gun.
He's got the Booker T.
I love it. It's
Mo.
Wednesday.
Yes, it is Hump Day.
Yes, it's the No Cap Sports Show podcast day. How about that?
I'm sorry, guys. No wine tonight. Your boy under the weather, so you getting straight herbal ginger tea.
That's
tonight.
right. There you go.
Yeah.
Drink them herbs.
Absolutely, homie.
Drink them herbs.
Well, welcome, family. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You could be anywhere in the world, and you're right here with us. We don't like to waste time around here, so we just want to remind you, if at all you want to join the conversation, please do so by calling 800-51-NO-CAP. That's 800-516-6227. Keep these guys in line. Call in here and get them straight.
Exactly, man. What y'all scared to call? What's going on with y'all? We don't bite.
Where y'all at, family? Where you at? All right. Well, as we said in the intro, we do have a very important topic to discuss today. It affects us all, but it's a sports show. So what's the perspective on sports athlete and mental health? I think a lot of times they are ostracized for, speaking up. What do you guys think?
From my perspective, right? And me and the guys had a conversation about this. Even you had a while ago. Mental health in sports, it wasn't as prevalent, in terms of when me and Ron was coming up or what have you. We was told, if we was going through anything, playing sports or what have you, and a lot of these athletes that listen to the podcast right now, they can attribute to it, where we played through it, right? I mean, we was just told to toughen up and play through it. I mean, I know in terms of my coaches pretty much called me every damn name in the book, but the child of God or what have you. And I mean, I thought that was how they was. I mean, I thought that was just, how they were supposed to talk to us, what have you. You take that and then you turn it around into in 2021, where that's not the case anymore. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of these athletes or what have you that's going through things, and and definitely mental health is a very serious issue. However, I want to throw this at you. And we can talk about, like I said, we can bring up the Simone Biles situation. I know that transpired a long time ago. And Naomi Osaka, tennis star, what have you, had to take a break due to mental health, mental stress, or what have you. I guess my point is, it's like a double-edged sword, right? So if Kevin Durant or LeBron James, right, played in the Game 7, it was a Game 7 of an NBA championship. But if Kevin Durant or LeBron James said that they had to take a break due to mental stress or what have you, well, everybody would pretty much have their ass. They had their ass handed to them or what have you. But it could be the same type of issue that, those other athletes that I just mentioned, that had as well. So, I mean, I guess I want to I want to throw this out to you guys. Where's the balance at in terms of that? Where's the fairness in terms of that? Again, I don't want to come off insensitive because I am very sensitive when it comes to mental health. It's very near and dear, you know what I'm saying, especially within my family. I totally understand that. But I just want to know it's like a double-edged sword in terms of that. And I just want to get you guys' viewpoints on that as well.
So I don't think it's so much a double-edged sword as it's kind of apples and oranges in this situation. One of the things that's driving, particularly for Simone Biles, is the fact that she was like abused by her coach. It's not alleged; it's out there.
Right.
So whenever she participates in that sport, it brings back traumatic events, and it may cause an activating event when you talk about her in that particular sport. But as far as mental health and athletes today having more awareness, I was always taught when you know better, you do better.
Right.
So we just didn't know. You got to think. So just to bring it home, you know, going through the generations or whatever, it's like slavery was 156 years ago. So each generation that goes past that, they get away from some of that old thinking, because the only thing you can control when you're a slave is your emotions. That's it. That's the only thing that you can totally control.
Mm.
So when you have that in your back pocket, you tend to want to over masculine because you can't show it in other ways. But now that we're getting a little further removed from that, we're like, all right, I can control that emotion. It's okay for me to say I'm down today. I'm not feeling 100%. Or it's so, with all the pressures that go on from being a professional athlete, more money, more problems. As soon as you get the bag, everybody want a part of that bag. And the everyday fan, sometimes we can't understand that. We like, why isn't this person or that person performing to their maximum peak? It's because they got a lot of competing interests that might go on. I put it this way: if you got a baby mama problem and you a thousandaire, you just making a couple hundred, what do you think that problem is like when you're a millionaire? And who else they gonna talk to? Because everybody around them might not be for them. So I'm all about mental health in sports today. To answer your question directly, I think it would be different if LeBron or KD were in a sport where they had an accuser or an abuser actually participate in that sport with them, and then they had to go out there and perform on that stage and think about that incident every time they perform. So that's my take on it, fellas.
Okay, go ahead.
How I feel about it, I'm big on mental health. I mean, I feel like your mental health and your well-being should come before anything. I don't care what it is. So to answer your question about like the KD and LeBron thing, I mean, yeah, they would get a lot of backlash for missing the game 7, but everybody handles stuff differently. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, you got people like Isaiah Thomas. He came back and played when his sister got in the accident. You know what I'm saying? He probably can stomach that. But let's say if like KD was going through, let's say his mom dies 3 days before game 7, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he tries to be like, I can play or whatever, and then right up into the game, it's just like I can't perform. I don't like, and when you was like, where does you draw the line to make it fair? I don't think fair should have anything to do with how that man feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the media can't tell him how he should feel, or you getting paid these millions, so that's your job to play. No. That's the way you get around. That's like most say, when you get a bag, everybody feel like they're entitled. That's not what it is, bro. Like, you can't tell me how I feel and what I should do. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Like, so many people feel entitled to people's lives these days. If that man feel like he can't perform, it's because it's gonna be worse when he get out there and perform terribly and his team lose. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if I'm happy for athletes nowadays. Like, I get it. Back in the day, it was you supposed to take it. And even still to this day, if a coach cussing you out or if a coach is hard on you, bro, I don't think that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that really causes like bad mental health.
Oh, it does.
So to speak, like. Well, yeah. Maybe I'm just speaking for me because it wouldn't really, it wouldn't really bother me. But like, it just depends on what the coach is doing. I'm not saying go overboard, but like, if a coach calling you soft, like, and you really being soft, like, that shouldn't really cause you to have mental health. Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Get your act together, toughen up. But now, like, what Simone Biles is going through, that's different. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I mean, I feel like I'm all for athletes and the whole mental health thing, bro. If something bothering you, you feel like you can't perform, or if you just feel like you need to bring awareness to what's going on, bro, stand up for it. Like, don't ever let nobody pressure you into feeling like you're obligated to do anything. If your mental health, if your personal well-being is at stake, bro, always choose mental health and your well-being over anybody. That's my take on it.
Absolutely. Before I get started, man, one of our homegirls, Fred, man, she tuned in every week, and I said I wasn't gonna forget to shout her out.
Okay,
Miss
thanks.
Maria Cruz. Maria, we want to thank you for being an avid watcher and listening to this.
Absolutely. Thank you,
said,
Maria.
you know what? I got to show Maria some love. And I also want to shout out my man, Ron Thompson, my main man. He came through tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank
But
you.
anyway, yeah, man, when I saw that we were going to talk about this, you know, I really, you know, I took it serious. I'll spin it a different way. The fact that athletes can go out there and perform and already have mental issues is like it's unthinkable. It's almost like, how do you do that? I heard James Harden a couple of years ago. He was in an interview. I think I don't know who it was with. It might have been Adrian Wojnarowski, but he was saying that it's already nerve-wracking playing in front of 20,000 people. You know, and you know, I'm saying to myself, wow, I like you would have never known that. He was like, you know, he gets bad nerves, you know, before going out there, you know, and playing in front of everybody. So, but let me go this route, Fred. I think the people who really suffer from mental health the most are like retired elite athletes. And this is the reason why I say that. A lot of these guys suffer in the dark once their career is over because they don't know how to re-identify themselves to still stay in the limelight. That's a lot of pressure, especially when you've been, you know, famous all your life. And then once it's all said and done and once it's over, that's it. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, guys like Terry Bradshaw, you know, I was even seeing something that Andrew Luck, I didn't even know Andrew Luck had mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just one of those things where, you know, like I said, you play a sport all your life, and then one day it's gonna be like it's gone. So it's like, what do? I think the athletes that usually don't have that problem usually have a backup plan in place afterwards. But man, if you don't have a backup plan, you can fall into a serious state of depression for real. And that's just not even with athletes. I think that's just with all of us in life. You know, you get down on yourself and things not going the right way, you know, and then, you know, the anxiety kicks in and then the depression kicks in. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say I heard something on YouTube a couple of weeks ago about mental health, how when a child is traumatized at the age of 2 or 3, and it's almost like, say, for instance, they may be traumatized from a car accident or maybe a relative or parent, you know, hitting, you know, like using blunt force with them. He explained it's almost like a light goes off. Like it's this big shiny light. And at 2-3 years old, if you never address that problem, you're going to take it into your teens. You're going to take it into your adulthood, you know, and it's just going to fester, you know, along the way. So as far as Simone Biles, Mo, you made a great point. I mean, I think we all would agree, you know, she went through some things. You know what I'm saying? You know, being sexually molested as a child. Again, like we said, what she was doing, her brain probably wasn't even mature enough to even process all that, what was going on. So what happens is she mutes herself, you know, she shells up and then she deals with it. But with that said, I think a lot of athletes use what they've been through, if they've been through something like that, to go out onto the playing field. That's like their escape, you know, that's like their outlet. That's how they, you know, escape from with everything they're going through. But I always respect athletes as far as, especially the ones that are dealing with mental health, because like you going out there to perform, and if you don't live up to everybody's expectations, especially nowadays, Fred, I just sent you something on IG the other day. Social media is a cruel, wicked world, man. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Yeah, and like I was reading the comments about, you know, in New York about the kid who threw the paint on the George Floyd statue in New York. Right. Like I'm reading the comments on Shade Room, and the comments are like, so what? I mean, who is he? I mean, y'all sitting up here supporting a crackhead. He's a crackhead, and bro, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, wow, I didn't really find it funny. You know what I'm saying? But you got really had some insensitive people out here. So
yeah, you do.
You know, that's just pretty much my take on it, man. But you know, I got a lot of respect for athletes who deal with mental health, and we can still overcome that. You know.
But hey, real quick though, Ryan, you gotta think some of them people are mentally disabled themselves. Like they're not all there, you know what I'm saying?
That's true, like, man.
That's their outlet. Is to look at somebody else that's in a worse situation.
Right.
That's true.
Oh, I call them keyboard thugs. You know
that's
what
they are.
You wouldn't say that to that man's face, or you would, yeah.
Nah.
And we got a lot of them on social media, unfortunately. Go ahead, Ed. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was agreeing with you. The one thing I was going to say as well, which we have talked about before, I think is, it's a stigma that obviously exists within the Black and Brown communities as well, right? So it's also hasn't been accepted, that anybody gets mental health, right? Growing up, you're told, Jesus is your friend, and you just pray, baby, and it'll be all right. But it's a whole lot of therapy that has saved me from losing my mind at times, not because I'm crazy or anything else, but I was strong enough to say, hey, listen, something isn't right. And I'd rather have a professional help me. I mean, look at it. Oprah Winfrey, one of the richest women in the world, has a life coach. I've had a life coach before. A life coach helped me to buy a house, start a business. You go to a professional to do things that you can't handle yourself. And it's unfortunate that in sports, there's some sort of, yes, they have super talents and super abilities, but they're still human beings.
But I guess where I want to get to is, and to piggyback off what Mo said earlier, and I wasn't comparing it like to Simone Biles' situation. Oh, hell no. I know you wasn't alluding that, but no, I'm not comparing it to that. But it's just like I look at Kyrie Irving last year, right, where he had to take a week or two due to mental health issues, but it was frowned upon. You got the basketball prognosticators and stuff like that. Like, oh, who the hell is he to take 2 weeks off and stuff like that? I'm like, yo, hold up. Who is you to tell that man what he's going through?
Right.
Okay. If that man says that he needs to take time off due to mental health, mental stress, or whatever it may be, or what have you, then you got to give that man the benefit of the doubt and let that man do what he needs to do to get himself together mentally, or what have you. But it's just, I'm like, let me ask you guys, how did we get, Ron? How did we get from where we came from to where we're at right now, in terms of from a mental health standpoint? Because again, Jay Will, you were saying, well, I don't think you get mental health or mental stress due to the coach. Yeah, let me tell you something, man. Man, I'm not saying for me, but I you can speak for a lot of the other people, man. You know what? People don't like, what I'm saying? People can't take that. People aren't built. People aren't built the same as me or others and stuff like that. That can take that, that can take that mental abuse. And then not only, give me 1 second, bro. And then not only that, we got a lot of us. We grew up in impoverished neighborhoods and stuff like that. And like you said, Evan, it's prevalent. It's not as prevalent back then in the Black and Brown communities. It's not something that we talk about because we frowned upon it and stuff like that. And it's like, how did we get from there to here, or what have you? Is it, was it more of a social media aspect? Where how did we get here? Go ahead, Jay Will. I'm sorry.
I was just about to say, I guess I should have made it clear that it also depends on the relationship you have with your coach as well. You know what I'm saying? Not just a coach meeting a player for the first time and you calling him soft and he's I guess it's all about the relationship and you understanding it's coming from a helpful place with the coach. You know what I'm saying? Not just I should have alluded on that a little more. But so Fred, you're asking, how do we get from athletes or just people in general, taking mental abuse to now they speaking out about it? Is that what you're asking?
Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. Go ahead. Say what you're about to say.
Because like I said, it was was frowned upon.
Right.
It was just something. Look at, man, a lot of us, man, we probably going through PTSD and we don't even know it and stuff like that, in terms of everything that we went through, like in the hood or what have you, and don't even know it. We just out here just dealing with it and stuff.
So this
like
is my take on it. So I think it comes from, of course, I can't speak for back then, but I feel like a lot of stuff, like Ebony said, in the Black and brown community, I think we're slowly evolving from the slavery mindset. It was just like we were told back then, like Ebony said, like you pray about it and keep it pushing, and like just therapy in the black household is not something that's talked about. And when I have kids, I'm gonna talk about it. Like if I'm doing something wrong, you can talk to me or you can talk to somebody. Like I was never told. I grew up with just my mom, so. Right. I was raised that men don't cry, we don't show emotions. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up my whole life of stuff that bothered me, stuff that I should have spoke on. I kept it in, you know what I'm saying? Because it was on some like, I'm a man, so I'm gonna toughen up. I tricked myself into thinking nothing bothered me. You know what I'm saying? Right. So until just recently, like with my wife, like she told me, like, because her upbringing was completely different from mine. Right. So she was like, that's trauma that you're going through. Like, look at how you handle certain stuff. Wow. So until recently, I didn't know how to show emotion. Like, me yelling, like I felt like, because I got yelled at so much, the only way I can get across somebody was yelling. I thought it was normal, but that's trauma, bro. Like, and it's so much stuff that you don't realize that you go through or that happened that you like, damn, like, I don't handle that like a normal person. You know what I'm saying? Like emotions, Mo could tell you, like he came, like he was at my wedding. He was at when I proposed, like I cried. You know what I'm saying? Like before then, I don't think, bro, I probably haven't cried since middle school. It was just like so much emotions.
He was backed up, bro. He was backed up.
So now it's like, and there go my wife right there in the comment. Like she told me, she like, bro, like you need help. You know what I'm saying? Like you can talk to me, but you need help. You know? So that's why I say like, it's a lot of men, you know what I'm saying? Like Arlon said, like men don't get as much empathy as women do. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for women coming out as well. Absolutely. Yeah. But men, it's like when a man, that's why I respect both. Don't get me wrong. But when a man openly comes out and he shows emotion, you know what I'm saying? He said he got mental health, he want to get help. Like, let me clear the air. Last week I said Kyrie Irving was weird. I was joking. I'm all for Kyrie going on the off season. Bro, if he feel like he got stuff going on and he want to go meditate, let that man do what he do.
Yeah. Hey, like he's self-care. You better get it.
He's a grown black man who, like you said, was frowned upon for him to get help. Like I'm pretty sure, I can't speak for him, but even if you had a dad, like dads back in the day, traditionally, like from what I heard, like my uncles and stuff, they were raised the same way. Men don't cry. Men don't show emotion. So for a man to show you, like show his emotion, you know what I'm saying? Like I respect it, man, because it's a serious issue.
I think it's also upbringing, and Fred, the point you're making about how did we change? I mean, but look at society. So during this, and I'm gonna go off just very briefly, but during the Civil War, the people on the Union soldiers fought to make sure that the Confederate flag never made it to the Capitol. And do you not know in January what happened? They walked right through the fucking door. Entitled. We had the commander. Well, I will just say they had a lot of motivation to do so. Gotcha. So it's about me in this quick world as well, that people don't translate what makes sense. You know?
Right. But guys, let me ask you this, and I know we got to get to the other segment.
Nah, we can stay on this because I want to piggyback on something.
Little bro, Mo. I hope I didn't cut you off anything. You had something to say?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to pick back off Jay Will.
Go ahead, big bro. My bad. Go ahead, big bro.
No, Mo, you next. You go ahead, champ. Go ahead. So
I think a lot of times too in our community, we see fatherless homes, right?
Right.
So I'm the opposite. My mother left me at like 7. You know what I'm saying? So it really does something to you. Yes. But before she left, I saw a lot of shit. I'm talking about right there in Prince George County. Like when you 3 years old, you shouldn't see somebody die. You know what I mean? Like when you 4 or 5, you shouldn't be in a crack house. Right. So these are things that our community had to deal with that other communities don't even know about. And I thought it was normal. Like growing up, I was born in the late 80s, growing up in the 90s. You either didn't have a mother, you didn't have a father, you might not have had both. But that shit was normal. So you just like, whatever, you know, everybody in that same boat, you know.
Right.
And it's crazy though that we're at this point. So bring it back to what you said. How did we get here? Awareness. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And up until like a little bit ago, even
Yep.
with drugs, you know what I mean? At a certain point, heroin was okay. Hey, it was okay to smoke some crack, but then we learned better. It's the same thing with mental health. It's not okay to walk around
That's a
crazy.
great point, Mo.
So,
Facts.
so what do we do?
Facts.
Go ahead. So let me ask you this: what do we do? Okay, so it's awareness, right?
Mhm.
So okay, a lot of us, especially black men and black women in general, but black men, we suppress it, right? I know I have a lot of things that are suppressed
Right.
or what
We
have you.
all do, bro.
I can say from even going back to my athletic days, which really didn't amount to shit. But where do we go? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, where do we go and what do we do to make it more of a common theme in terms of talking about mental health?
Well, just let me say this real quick to
my bad,
piggyback
bro.
off with Jay. No, you good, man. What Jay Will said. AJ Will, that was a great point. You remember you made a point about like we go to our parents, when we little talk about things. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. And I think we've all been this way. A lot of things we don't tell our parents, bro. Like we internalize that, man. And whatever we dealing with at the age of 7 or 8, and if we going through something, we so scared to tell our parents because we think we going, they might react a certain way. Yeah. So now you internalizing that. Now you're 13, you're going to junior high school. You're taking that into junior high school with you. You're acting up in school. Your parents don't know why. Because you know why? Because you're internalizing whatever trauma you went through, but you're still not going to tell them what's going on. Right. They might smack you upside the head. What the hell is wrong with? Why would you do something like that? But you're not going to tell them what you're dealing with because you was already scared to tell them 5 years ago. Right. So why tell them now?
Right.
To answer your question, it's just like I think one of our viewers, I think her name was Nicole, Mo said it. It's awareness, bro. That's what we're doing right now. We're bringing awareness to it. Over the years, different athletes, different celebrities have come out and talked about it, whether they came out on Oprah Winfrey. I think Oprah Winfrey had a show one time she had all those men up there that were sexually molested. They all came out and talked about it. So I think when you see things like that on TV, that gives us the confidence to be like, you know what? It's okay to go ahead and talk about this. You know what I'm saying? If they can get on TV and talk about it, why can't I go see a therapist and talk about it? And I'm just having a one-on-one conversation. Right. The biggest thing is, again, and I'll be done. Awareness. Athletes, celebrities, friends, family, whoever. And I think that's why we are where we are now. And I wouldn't even say we're gradually moving there. I think we've come a long way in the African American community as far as, coming to grips with, whatever we going. We still got some ways to go, but I mean, I still think we've come a long way because I don't know if any of you guys, Ebony's the only one that admitted to go seeing a therapist. I had to see a therapist for when my mom died, yo. Right. Let me explain something to you, man. Bro, that was like I can't even explain that. I just asked somebody last week. I was like, for probably the last 10 years, every time I go to a funeral now, I can't even bring myself to cry. Right. At all. Because I guess I've desensitized myself. Right. To even go through that because I lost my mom. You know what I'm saying? And like that was devastating for me. Right. I didn't even know how I was gonna make it. I didn't know my left from my right side at the time. I'm telling you, man, it's almost like when something like that happens, it's almost like you have tunnel vision. And it's one of the worst feelings I've ever felt in my natural born life. I'm 51 years old and I've never had a feeling like that before.
I would tell you the other thing about that, Ron, and kudos to you for having the courage to go out and do that because again,
absolutely.
I mean, I thought the same thing, and I actually had a psychiatrist and a psychologist. I was like, damn, I'm that crazy? Like I'm crazy. But when I realized it, and when I looked at where I started, and this is another thing, and again, we want to move on, but one of the other things about therapy is, you have to be matched with the right person. And it's not always going to be somebody that looks like
correct.
You. It's not going to always be,
That's
if you're female, you may need a male who's going to be tough. That depends. And then therapy, like the first 3 sessions is some bullshit.
Right.
It's like, motherfucker, I told you I got 3 kids. Why you asking me again? I want you to solve my problem. It's a process.
Right.
Like I had to go home and do these things. When I got angry or when I wanted to cry, I had to work through steps, right? I couldn't just go to alcohol. I couldn't just, so, it takes a lot of work. And so not everybody also has that fortitude. And I can't imagine, real talk, as an athlete where the whole fucking world is watching me every 5 seconds.
Right.
I've never
And all
understood
I want to
that.
do is slap the shit out of somebody right now.
Right.
And Abney, see, like I said, and guys like KD, LeBron, and a lot of other athletes, whether it's NBA professional, just sports period, it's their sanctuary. It's their time to shine. It gets, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's the opposite from them. But I guess I don't want it to be frowned upon in terms of them. If KD can't play Game 7, which I know the hell he would, or LeBron can't play in the Game 7 because he's going through something.
Right.
Because guess what? Social media, America, the world, or what have you, is looking, ESPN, Fox, everything. Everybody's going to be throwing jabs at them or what have you when we're trying to, you know what I'm saying? When we're trying to solve something in our own community in terms of mental health or what have you. And that's and that's being brave on their part if that was to happen.
Hell, Jonathan said it better, I think, though. Think about when Jordan's father died. Hell, I cried. Oh my gosh, the search and the hunt and the man just, when he won, I get chills thinking about that, because you know what that was about. Like, did he have that in his corner? Who knows? But yeah, I think it's definitely about making it I don't know, normal. Just awareness.
I think it is.
There's a lot of pieces to it. No, I think it is too. Hell, there's online therapists you can go to, even with COVID. I thought about trying some of them. It's just resources out there, even if it's just somebody that you trust.
Right.
So very good topic, fellas. Thank you everybody for all of your comments. So many coming in. You guys made a lot of good points, and seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, this is something that we have touched on before and wanted to share with you guys, because we believe that this is a very good topic. So let's move into the sports. All right, fellas. This is very interesting here. How much are you guys willing to sacrifice to win a championship? What you got, fellas?
Oh man, so we don't want to sound contradictory in nature and say you can sacrifice your mental health for a championship. However, I think where this comes from is you look in the news and your body is your temple. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I think the reason why we fell in love with Kobe, Mike, or if you back in the day, Julius Erving, is because you felt like they literally would die for the game that they were playing. And when you look at Lawrence Taylor out there on the field, he looked like he would die to get to the quarterback. And today, it just seems like they don't have that same passion. All of them. Like, I'm not gonna say, get the COVID shot or not, but I'm saying, are you willing to sacrifice a championship over a shot? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But that's the question right there. Are you willing to give it up? Because
we're gonna find out.
Places that have to be made.
We're gonna find out.
On the road to be a champion, because that's why we respect Michael Jordan. That's why we respect Kobe Bryant, because they do whatever. So I think that's where this question comes from. So I like to get y'all thoughts on it, fellas.
So Maurice, I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate here. So I don't think that to some people it's just a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, to people who's gotten it, it's just a shot. And you say like, well, you had to get shots to go to school. You had to, but some people are genuinely scared. So I feel like if Kyrie feels like he's well off for life, where he could miss out on that half of his contract, or if he retires, if he feels like he's well off and he genuinely feels and he stands on, I don't want a COVID shot, I don't think it's too much. Like, maybe a championship to him might not be worth going against how he feels. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some people out here who genuinely feel that COVID shot is not for them. Some people read reports that, now whether it's true or not, I don't know. I don't dive that deep into it, but some people feel like once you get the COVID shot, it messes your body up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So And some people stand on, well, I got it and I'm fine, but everybody's body is different. So Kyrie may be scared of the fact that, you know what if I get it and I'm one of the young people who's healthy, but now it causes heart problems? Was it worth me trying to win the championship? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like to some people, it's not really just a shot. Now, Andrew Wiggins went against how he felt. So maybe he feel like a championship is worth of getting a COVID shot. But I stand on the side of, and I'm vaccinated, but I stand on the side for people who's not. And if they feel like that's their right, if they feel like something could happen to them, who am I to say, you know what, bro, you're going to be fine. Like, I don't know your body. You know what I'm saying? So if Kyrie feels like, hey, I know people who got the shot, they still got COVID, or I know people who was fully healthy, now they got the shot, now they got heart problems. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of mix of stuff. So me personally, I don't think that, you know, and I know you didn't say this, but I don't think like he would be crazy, or I don't think like, you got a lot of people like, man, that man would be stupid to give up $18 million not to get a shot. Like, bro, I mean, you don't know what's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, bro, that's his choice. If he feels like he's set for life and I can retire right now, he don't have to get the shot. Now, what I will say about that is, if you're not going to get the shot, Kyrie, then you need to go to every full measure to protect yourself. Now, what I'm talking about is, don't be at practice in all these other guys' face without a mask on. If you care about your health that much, if you're worried about your health, then you need to protect yourself at all costs. So, therefore, if he's not going to get the shot, if he wants to protect himself, then he need to make sure he has a mask on. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can't stay 6 foot away in practice. You know what I'm saying? So that's my question. Like, if you feel like, I don't know his full story, so I'm just speaking hypothetically. Right. If he feels like the mask would cause health issues, but he's not worried about the actual virus, which would be kind of crazy, then he can do what he does. But if he's worried about the vaccine and the virus, like if he's worried about COVID, then I don't think he should really play at all, because you can't wear a mask while you're playing. You know what I'm saying? So I think personally that he's scared of the vaccine, so to speak, more so than
a lot of people
the virus. You know what I'm saying? Because who's to say he hasn't had COVID already and he was fine? So he probably feel like, oh, I had it, I'm good. Like, I'm kind of scared of this shot, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how he feels, but you know what I'm saying? That's my take on it.
Man, the kid from Orlando, he made a great point last week. He was asked about it.
Jonathan Isaacs.
Yeah, man. And you know what? Man, I love what he said, man. Like, I mean, he's educated on all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was speaking better than Dr. Fauci was. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna put this out there right now.
Okay.
I feel like Andrew Wiggins right now. Only reason why I got vaccinated because I didn't feel like my job now is mandating if you're not vaccinated, you have to get tested every single week. And I didn't feel like doing that. So I'm going to tell you right now, I feel exactly like Andrew Wiggins. Okay. But I am fully vaccinated. I just feel like, and I hear people, I've told people, I said, well, for the most part, I think I've only had the flu twice in my life and I'm 51 years old. I'm a pretty healthy guy. I haven't really had bouts with pneumonia and flus. I get the common cold every now and then, but it's probably been about 6-7 years since I had a cold. And so, a couple of my friends, they'd be like, so what? What difference do it make? Because there's healthy people out here that's, that's still catching it. Yeah, but it's also vaccinated people out here that's still getting it. Remember, people, the vaccination is not a cure. It's just it's like a deterrent. More so if you do catch it. So from what they're saying, the symptoms won't be as bad. But just remember, it's not a cure, and I still believe in all my heart to heart that I don't feel like probably every last single person in the world should be vaccinated. Because like you said, Jay Will, we don't know people's conditions. We don't know what they're going through. As far as Kyrie, and people may frown on this, of course, I'm a Kyrie fan, but Kyrie is standing on what he believes in. Now, should he go ahead and retire and get out the way? Yes, I feel he should, because now I think he's being selfish. But I believe that he believes in what he believes in. He's gonna stand on it. I've been seeing reports about maybe KD will pull him aside, and talk some sense into him, maybe. But then, guess what's gonna happen as soon as Kyrie gets shot? Look, I see, hey Mo, I see shit you already know. Oh, I thought you believed in what you believed in. Oh, so damn if you do, damn if you don't. You know what I'm saying? So now he's gonna have to worry about. Not that I think he personally cares what people say about him. I mean, I think he know he's being raked through the coals right now in the media. But watch, as soon if he decides to get that shot, as soon as he get that shot. Oh, I thought you was Mr. Tough Guy. You know, I thought you believed on what you stand on. So, you know, that's where I am with it.
Hey, real quick, Fred. Hey, Ron, that's true. The vaccine isn't the cure, but like my wife work in the hospital, and most of the people that's not, majority of the people that's dying from COVID now is the people who's not vaccinated.
Exactly.
So it's not a cure, but it does help. A whole lot. And I was like you, I didn't want to get the vaccine at first.
Right.
But it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to think like, I don't know what's in this damn food that I'm eating every day. I don't know what's in nothing. So it's like all this processed food, it's not like I eat my homegrown stuff. I buy stuff from the store. I just had to, you know, I'm like, I'm gonna get the vaccine, bro. If it's gonna help, it's gonna help. My thing is, bro, I guess this is an insensitive way to look at it, bro. If I die from it, it was my time to go. That's how I looked at it, bro.
Hey, great point, T. Johnny. He said, I don't know anybody that died from the vaccine, but I know people that died from the virus. It's a great point. It is. Drop the mic in terms of that right there. Now, in terms of what are you willing to do to sacrifice to win the championship, right? We all know, including the audience itself, as if they're basketball or if they're NBA basketball fans, know that the Brooklyn Nets are the overwhelming favorites to win the championship, right? Okay. All right. You know that last year they didn't have a training camp, or if they did, it was very, very limited. Okay.
All right.
This year, you know what? This year, you got a lot of high expectations. Kyrie knew about this, right? What the problem that I have with Kyrie, and all this gets to your point, Arlen, because I know you're saying when you won the championship, I'm following up with this Brooklyn situation with Kyrie. I don't like the excuse, man, I need to do more research. Man, you had this virus been here since 2020, man. I don't want to hear that shit in terms of you know, saying you need to do more research. You had 2 years to do the damn research. That's number one. Now, look here. I'm on two different sides. One side is this. If you believe in that, if you don't believe in the vaccine or what have you, for whatever reasons, religious reasons or what have you, stand on it 100%. But you can't have it both ways, right? So you can't not get vaccinated and don't want to get vaccinated and want to play as well. So if you're not getting vaccinated, then you don't need to play. And if you don't play, then you won't get paid. Bottom line, sit over there on the sideline somewhere, and that's just what it is. And in terms of the other people that's vaccinated, that follow protocol or whatever mandated it was in their state or NBA protocols, whatever, then that's what it's going to be. Bottom line, that's why I commend the NBA and I commend the NFL for coming up with these protocols / mandates and stuff like that. In terms of Kyrie, you got a championship team, okay? You got a championship team. You got Katie. You brought Katie there, right? You got James Harden there. Everybody's made all these sacrifices and stuff like that, or what have you, and you want to be an asshole in a sense. And hear me out, guys. I'm not criticizing because of the vaccine. I'm criticizing because he had all this time to do his whatever research that he needed to do. The problem that I have with him is, bro, you try. Look at you. What point are you trying to make? And then I'm looking at Brooklyn as well too. It's like, okay, man, at the end of the day, this is $1 billion business. You got to make a decision, okay? If this guy's not going to follow whatever protocols or what have you that's needed, you know what I'm saying, for you guys to make it run, then you guys got to make some alternative plans. Whether it's seek a trade, whether it's what, I don't give a damn if his agent told you that he will retire or what have you. If you trade him in, hey, you got to take that chance. You can't keep playing around with this. Bottom line, and I have an issue with that. I respect people that stand on what they stand on. If you're gonna stand on what you're gonna stand on, then get the hell out the way. Get the hell out the way.
I agree with that too.
Don't even play for the rest of the season. Just get the hell out the way, or what have you. You're not gonna play because you can't play at home because of the NBA mandate in New York. So you think that you're gonna take your ass on and play road games and stuff like that? or whatever, you're gonna play what 42 road games and don't play 42 home games, or
Right.
41 road games
41.
opposed to 41 home games? No.
And you're gonna
So-
miss your home playoff game
Absolutely.
as well.
So what I do, I'll make. If somebody brought this up, I don't know what I was looking at or listening to early. Someone made a valiant point. It's like, nah, just you know what? Since if he doesn't get vaccinated, then okay, we know he's not playing home games. Then you know what? You give him like a COVID, like I said, some type of COVID protocol where you just sideline him for the rest of the season, man. You ain't got time for all that, man. You don't have time for that. All that bull crap. And then I'm looking at Andrew Wiggins, where I was forced. No, you didn't. You wasn't forced to do nothing. You had a choice.
Right.
You had a choice.
Right.
Well, he said it was about money and playing. I mean, he made that clear. He said, yeah.
Okay.
He said at the end of the day, yeah, okay, I wouldn't have got vaccinated because it's like I want to play basketball.
Okay, you know what,
I mean, he
big
said
bro?
that.
Okay, big bro, I didn't hit it. I just heard. I guess I saw it. It was written just basically saying that as if he was forced, and I'm like,
Well,
no,
he said that too. He
Okay,
said that
gotcha.
too.
Okay,
He
so
said
I'm
that
like,
too.
you wasn't forced.
Definitely.
You made a decision.
Mhm.
You made a decision, and that decision was hurting your pockets at the end of the day. And you made a decision for you at the end of the day. Bottom line, but that's my point on it, guys.
Some great
Stand on what
points.
you stand on.
That's a great point.
Absolutely.
My
Some great
thing
points.
is in the question it says sacrifice, bro. And let's keep it plain. Like, I'm not with the politics and all that shit. But this person got that right. Well, I'm a fan. I got the right to say what the fuck I want to say.
Mhm.
And this is my problem. We make sacrifices every day as human beings, whether it's servicemen, whether you work as a trash man, whatever the case may be, you make sacrifices, right?
That's right.
So at the end of the day, if you criticize Kyrie for not making that sacrifice, that's your right. I hate when people say that, oh, you don't criticize that man because he don't want to get the shot. Well, then sit your ass down then. Get out the camera. We got the right to criticize whoever we want because this is America. You know?
But see, Mo, my only problem with that is that, like, in the beginning when all this came out, I would see people on Facebook. Well, look, I mean, listen. I'm not vaccinated, but don't judge me. I'm not judging the ones that are. The people that are vaccinated, and most of the people that are vaccinated pretty much do judge the unvaccinated people.
Right.
And this is where we are in the world right now. As usual, with this division in our country right now because of this virus, because of this pandemic, because of the vaccination. There's a lot of division right now. But I'm vaccinated now, and trust me, man, I'm not criticized. Let's just take Kyrie out of it. Like, I'm so tired of talking about Kyrie, but I mean, we have to, you know what I'm saying, because he's the subject. Let's just talk about everyday people. I'm not going to judge one person if they decide not to get vaccinated. That's on them, man. I'm not going to pass any type of judgment. I'm not going to make them the butt of any type of jokes or anything. That's just me, man. I'm just not going to criticize it because I'm like when Draymond Green spoke, he was like, listen, who am I to tell, Andrew Wiggins or to tell anybody what you're doing is right or wrong? Right. And I seriously stand by that. I got people, as claiming that, oh, well, just like you said, somebody told me, because I told somebody I felt like I was forced to get it. And they said the same thing you said, Fred, about Wiggins. What you mean you was forced? You made a decision because you had to work. So maybe force was the wrong choice of word. But when I got my first shot, I was feeling like it was just a little bit more than just my arm being sore. You know what I'm saying to myself? I'm a pretty healthy guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much for most of my life. Thank God, that I've been that way. But I was feeling some kind of way I remember when I got the first shot, bro, all I wanted to do was sleep for 3 days. So I'm saying to myself, right, what in the world is going on here? All I want to do is sleep. I want to sleep at work. But then eventually it wore off, and I guess maybe that's some of the symptoms that you go through once you get the shot. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not the one that's gonna judge or pass any type of judgment that people that don't want to get vaccinated.
Well, I gotta rebuttal that, Ron. Like,
go ahead, bro.
About two different things. Like, we talking about sacrificing for a championship.
Whatever
right. People want to do in their personal lives, get vaccinated. I don't really care about all that. I'm talking strictly sports. You know what I mean? People that's making sacrifices to win championships. That's the perspective I'm talking about. Of course, in your regular life, whatever you want to do or don't do, that's your choice. That's your right as an American. But my thing is, I think it's getting to the point where they don't want any sports fans or anybody to criticize like their favorite players on their teams that they root for, that they spend revenue to go see when they don't get vaccinated. That's not right.
But that's the way of the world, though, Mo.
You know, the fans got rights.
That's just what we are. Right.
And then you know what? Well, we got the right to criticize.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, to answer the question, it's obvious that in the NBA, dudes is sacrificing a lot more than just a COVID shot to get a championship. Right. Just ask general manager LeBron. I mean, Rob Pelinka. Right. Dudes taking pay cuts. Dudes turning down money. I mean, we saw that with the Miami Heat. You know, with Chris Bosh, you know, took a huge pay cut. Dwayne Wade did too. Well, I mean, actually, all three of them did. You know, now they went to 4 straight and they got 2. So I guess you got to ask yourself, were the 2 championships worth us taking a pay cut? I would say yeah, because it's hard as hell just to win a championship. It's hard as hell just to make it to a conference finals. You know, and same thing now with this Lakers team. This Lakers team now is a little bit different because most of those guys are old. Like they've played, they've like Carmelo, Westbrook. They've noticed, okay, I can't get it done by myself. You know, I can't even get it done if I got one more superstar on my team. So I wouldn't quite say that, you know, like those guys are almost at the end of their career, maybe except for Russ. I still think Russ got about 5-6 more years in him. It's like he don't stop. It's like he got a battery in his back and he don't stop. So, I mean, obviously, besides the COVID thing, dudes are willing to give up money just to win a championship because mainstream media has made it now like either championship or bust. Like if you don't win a championship now, like you didn't really accomplish anything in your career. You just basically were a stat stuffer.
Right. Yeah, Dwayne Grandpa D. Wade Lucas made the point. He said people sacrifice for things that they want or sacrifice for, just like relationships. You can't have it both ways. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, and I totally agree with that, Dwayne D. Wade. I totally agree with that 100%, man. But it's like, look here, man, like you said in the beginning, Mo, I don't know if it's Jonathan, whoever said it. I don't know, man. I look at players like Jordan and Kobe Bryant and Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, or what have you. Players, Isaiah Thomas. I mean, even today, LeBron James as well. So I'm not, what have you, Kevin Durant. People just willing to lay it on the line or what have you, to put it online, to sacrifice, to do whatever they need to do to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it happen, what have you. And yeah, we had to bring up this Kyrie situation because, like I said, I'm on. Like I said, hey, if you believe in what you believe in, stand on it and get out the way. That's it. You can't have it both ways. You can't stand on it and then want to play at the same time and get paid or what have you. No, you can't. It's either one or the other. Bottom line. So that's my 2 cents in it, Ed.
But
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Real quick, Ebony. But like I saw my boy Arlon comment, but to some people though, it is personal, bro. You can't say people making their personal issue. And he said this shit is a public issue. I mean, yes, it's a public issue, but some people really have health complications that it could affect. So you can't say people making this a personal issue. Like, nah, I don't agree with that, because to some people it is personal. You can't tell everybody that this shit is going to affect them and their body the same exact way, bro. Yep. Like, to some people, this shit is personal, bro. Like, and now I'm like, Fred, bro, if you're not going to get the shot, you know what I'm saying? Then, like I said, take all precautions to protect yourself if that's what you really feel. Don't try to have it both ways. Like how, like for example, where I work, it was a real bad COVID outbreak, and they want to sue the damn job. You know what I'm saying? But you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't come out here and want to work all this overtime knowing, but you're not going to get vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It's one or the other. If you're going to stand on what you stand on, cool. Take your ass home, though. You know what I'm saying?
Don't come out here on if you're not going to get vaccinated. Don't be just walking around in people's face.
You know what I'm saying? But to say that it's people making it a personal issue, some people, yes, but you can't say that for everybody. And that's you know what I'm saying? Because to some people, like, their health complications, what they have going on, this shot could affect them. You know what I'm saying? So I do what's best for me and my family, bro. And
at the end of the day,
you know what I'm saying?
It is. It is right there.
There it is.
Sacrifice. That's the key word. You
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
Oh, another
Exactly.
thing, Ron, you can't compare getting the shot and them taking pay cuts. That wasn't life threatening.
No,
Right.
This shot can be kind of life threatening. You know
No,
what
no,
I'm
no,
saying?
no, 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 no. Listen, what I said, I didn't compare it. I said, well, to answer the actual question of, what would you do to sacrifice? Okay, yeah, because I guess we did kind of avoid that. So yeah, to answer your question, that's I mean, dudes, taking pay cuts now. And the same thing in the NFL too. It's starting to become prevalent there with dudes taking pay cuts. Like, look at all them dudes that went to go join Tom Brady. Everybody want to play for Tampa now.
Right.
That probably wasn't a sacrifice, though. I'd do that myself. Thank you so much, family, for staying on with us. Great show so far, fellas. Y'all are bringing your A game tonight. If you have not done so already, we definitely want you to go to our YouTube channel to smash the like and hit subscribe.
And share. Smash the like, hit the
share.
subscribe, and share.
And share. Cousin, we're going to need to update that, right?
Maria shared. Thank you, Maria,
Share.
baby.
Thank you, Maria.
Share. Smash the like, hit the subscribe, and
And
share.
share. Okay, I'll
There we
fix
go.
that later.
Okay.
I'll fix that later. All right. Home stretch now, fellas. This
Okay.
one should be interesting. I looked up a few. Admittedly, I did not watch the NBA draft this year, so I'm not fully up on things. Jalen Johnson, I'm going to say, is going to be Rookie of the Year. Who you guys got?
Jalen Johnson.
So my rookie of the year is, for me, in my mind, is clear cut. I think it's Jalen Green. Reason why I say that is because, like, don't get me wrong, Cade Cunningham is probably second in the race.
Right.
Also is because Cade kind of slightly in a little better position, and I'm gonna tell you why later when I get to the second part. But Jalen Green, for me, like, when you look at, when I watch Summer League, when I watch the skill set, I watch them two go at it. It's like his skill set to me is just a tad bit better to me, and I think he's gonna carry that chip on his shoulder of getting drafted second into the season, and I think he's gonna play at a higher level than Cade for both of those reasons, for the skill set, and he got that chip on the shoulder. Now my breakout candidate is, I think it's gonna be Darius Garland. That's my breakout candidate. Like, he took a step last year, but I think he's gonna take a bigger step. I think he's really gonna take over that backcourt. Like, Colin Sexton, don't get me wrong, he scores that ball. Don't get me wrong, but Darius Garland, I think he's a little more NBA polished. So I think he's going to take that step, taking on a bigger role from the jump this year. And my other breakout candidate is Kevin Porter Jr. That's why I said Cade is probably in a better situation, because Jalen Green got Kevin Porter with him. So it's kind of like he's going to have to defer a little bit, because Kevin Porter can go. You know what I'm saying? So he can go. I love that boy. Lefty, man, he can go. I like Kevin Porter. So I think
get this together.
Yeah. I think Darius Garland or Kevin Porter, just off the top of my head, probably are my two candidates for just the breakout players of the year.
Right. Okay. Go ahead, Ron.
Sorry about that. Hey, Jay Will, I'm with you on Jalen Green, man, especially with John Wall, pretty much making it clear that, he don't want to be a part of that. But if you notice, and I could be wrong, correct me, young fellas, my man, little bros, Jay Will and Money Mo. It seems like most of the rookie of the years are guys who play on bad teams. Like they're the best player on a bad team. I.e., I guess, remember people were like, well, people used to say about Kevin Love, well, he ain't that good. He's just the best player. He's just the best player on a horrible team, But, I disagree. But I'm going to go with Jalen Green simply just on the strength of that he's going to be playing on a horrible team, But like you said, pairing him up with Kevin Porter Jr., oh, yeah, I think that'll work out. I think that'll work out real. As far as breakout player, I kind of do like Colin Sexton. I actually saw him a couple of times 2 years ago at a Wizards game. I kind of like his game, He got a little kill with him, too, He got a little Kobe with him,
Oh, he got a lot of dog.
Yeah, he got a lot of dog with him. He definitely not afraid. He got a lot of Kobe. He got a lot of Patrick Beverly in him. He know how to get underneath your skin, too. Because the two games I saw him here in And DC, he definitely knows how to get under your skin. One thing about him, when he gets it going, he's hot. He's definitely hot. So that's my rookie of the year candidate and my breakout player.
Right. Okay. I'm somewhat stuck on this in the sense, man, because I got to use common sense when it comes to rookie of the year. I want to say Jalen Green. I could say Jalen Suggs or what have you. But I don't know, man. Exactly. Jalen Suggs with Orlando.
Again, on a bad team.
On a bad team. But man, I gotta shout out to my guy, man. He on a good team. I don't know how much run he's gonna get or what have you, man. But I like this guy since day one. I actually wanted the Wizards to draft him with the 15th pick. And then when I found out that they had the 21st pick via LA for the Westbrook trade, I'm like, okay, we can get him at 21. It didn't happen. That's Cam Thomas of Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, I know what you're saying, man. He's that team. Well, look here. Brooklyn is loaded. Okay. And then you got to ask yourself, okay, well, how is he going to get buy any time on the court or whatever? I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's an injury-prone team, so I mean, he possibly could.
It is, and like I said, I hope and pray that he cracked that rotation, man, because I think he's going to be up and coming. And I love Davion Mitchell too with Sacramento. The key is he going to start because you got Fox, and then you got Tyrese Halliburton as well running the point. So I don't know how they're going to utilize. I don't know how they're going to utilize him in that situation, but I know he's just a straight dog. And I love that kid ever since he was at Baylor. I love what he did in the NCAA championship, tournament last year as well. So those are, like I said, those are my rookie of the years right now. But I mean,
like I told you about Cam, man, it's just, don't get me wrong, but Cam is about a bucket. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like he's not going to get enough opportunity with KD. Even if Kyrie, I saw Arlon say Kyrie not play. Even if he don't play, bro, you still got James Harden and Kevin Durant playing. So I don't think he gets enough usage to be rookie of the year. That's not saying that he's not good. That's not saying he's not about a bucket. That's not saying he can't be just as good as those other guys. To me, he's not as good as Jalen Green. But even if he was, like, if you put Jalen Green on that Brooklyn team, he does. They won't get enough usage to be rookie of the year. These awards now, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna come down to who scores the most or.
Bad teams.
Like LaMelo Ball won. He didn't. I don't think correct me if I'm wrong. He didn't outscore Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, but he had the scoring, he had the assists, and he had rebounds.
And he brought people to that arena. He brought basketball back to Charlotte. He got butts in the stands.
So I agree, Arlen.
It all comes down to
I love Cam.
man. I just don't think he'll get enough using. I see Arlen say 14 a game. 14 a game. Now I don't think that'll win you rookie of the year.
You don't know, Jay. It depends on It depends on impact. I'm gonna tell you. Don't worry about stats, bro. I mean, we talk about stats.
Listen. Impact. That's what these awards are for, Fred. MVP now, like MVP, it's not about most valuable. It's about who scores the most and who team is the best. That's what it's about.
Okay, if that's the case, back up.
Okay, back up. Go ahead. I want to hear what you're saying.
And I didn't mean to cut you off, but I got to bring this up. You said, okay, Steph Curry averaged 33. Brad Beal averaged 32 or what have you. Right. Who won MVP last year? Jokic, right? So I mean, come on, man. Like I said, I don't like the fact that these writers vote and stuff like that. It should be former and current NBA players and stuff like that, or what have you. But bro, it's not all about points and stats and stuff like that.
Listen what I said. I also said the best team
impact on the game.
No, the best team. You just named me two guys on a team that didn't even make the damn playoffs. So that's my point. So that's my point. You're not going to give it to a guy if his team not even in the playoffs. But to my point is, and you might not agree, neither one, y'all might not agree, but if you want to be real, even when my boy Kobe was playing, like when LeBron came in, it was a time where LeBron should have genuinely won MVP every single damn year. He was the most valuable on his team. Like I said, y'all might not agree with it, but bro, if we're going to say most valuable, that means that award should mean if you take this guy off of this team, how good is his team without him? That means he's the most valuable to your team. So some of the teams LeBron was on, bro, rookie of the year is the same thing. It's the same thing almost. It's going to go by who has the best numbers, bro. The team don't matter in rookie of the year. It's going to go by who scores. That's what the game is predicated on. And y'all said that. It's about scoring now. That's what they want to see.
Okay, I said it's better. I said it could be scoring and impact or what have you in terms.
No,
of
I'm saying when y'all
team's win.
said what basketball is, you remember y'all was like it was predicated on defense. Y'all brought up like how much teams
Okay,
average
gotcha.
now. That's
All
like
right.
basketball is more so becoming a whole lot of entertainment, so they want to
Okay.
see scoring.
Let me give you my breakouts. And I agree with you, Jay. Well, I got Kevin Porter on there, and I got Tyrese Maxey. Just so I want to hurry up.
I like Tyrese Maxey. I forgot about him.
Yeah, I got
like
Tyrese Maxey and Kevin Porter. Those are my two.
Well, hey, real quick before you go, if that's the case, then Kobe should have won MVP. It's a travesty that Kobe only got one MVP.
He should've.
That's a travesty.
He should've.
That's an absolute travesty.
He should.
Now you talking about take somebody off a team.
Yeah.
Man, you take Kobe off them Lakers teams, bro. They win 15 games a year. They probably 15 and 67 every year.
Like, and I agree.
20 and 62.
Like that year, Westbrook won MVP. The year he won MVP, they was fourth in the West, bro. If you take him off of that Oklahoma City team, bro, they
no
probably
question.
bottom
Right,
in the West. You know what I'm saying? Like
Trash. Absolutely.
I just feel like Giannis winning MVP. Don't get me wrong, he's an MVP worthy guy. But I feel like if you take him off that Milwaukee team, I still think they could probably sniff AC, bro. Like that's just me. I just
They
feel
possibly
like
could.
you know what I'm saying. I just feel like it should be a guy who, if you take off that team, if you take Nikola Jokic off the Denver Nuggets, they are not the Denver Nuggets.
But it's
Point blank.
Right.
Point blank. Like it's just they're not the Denver Nuggets, bro.
Right.
True.
Yeah. Hey, y'all had to forgive me, man. North Carolina, the power went out over here.
It's all good. I'm glad
It's
you
all
good.
good. It's all good.
So, real quick, my breakout player, well, rookie of the year, of course, is Jalen Green. Like I think we're all in agreement in that, even though I didn't see y'all. And then my breakout player is Anthony Edwards. I think
You just said it.
I think Anthony Edwards is going to lead the Timberwolves in scoring. I think they also have a slight chance to get in the playoff game, but it's going to be off the strength of his shot. I think right now, as far as the young guys go, he probably got the most complete offensive game. I know you're talking about Kevin Porter, but Anthony Edwards, he got it for you. He can hit you in all
He a dog.
game.
He a dog.
It is, man.
And his mind
sure.
is right. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
Because
dog.
with Kevin Porter, I don't know what he's going to give me. You know what I'm saying?
That's-
A supreme talent. I don't know if he's going to get suspended. I don't know if he's going to show up. You know what I mean?
But the talent is just extreme.
Oh, for sure. But Anthony Edwards and Jalen Green for me, team. I caught the end of that MVP conversation. You know me, I'm a Kobe fan, so Steve Nash need to get them damn awards back. That's all.
Kobe got one MVP. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So Mo, let me ask you this: what's your projection for like what you think Anthony Edwards' stat line would be this year for him to be a breakout player?
Oh man.
Let's start with points. How much points you think he averaged this year?
I think he can get it up to 25.
Yeah, I was gonna say
25,
26,
26 a game.
27. Mhm.
Yeah.
So y'all think I'm not disagreeing. Y'all think he's gonna average 26, 27 this year?
I got like 20, bro. I got like 20.
20?
22.
He averaged
20,
20.
He averaged 19 last year.
Yeah,
I
okay,
think
but hold
honestly,
on.
I think this year to go into like maybe 21.
Say
bro.
23.
Yeah,
man.
that's
I don't
20,
think he's
22.
going to average 25, 26, bro.
No, look who you got on your team.
Because, bro, you still got D'Lo on your team and you got Karl Anthony Towns. Like,
Absolutely.
don't get me
That's
wrong.
how I go.
Don't
But
get
you
me
gotta
wrong.
remember,
now.
too.
He is the cat. He does have the game to average 25,
Right,
26.
right.
But on the team he's on, like, I don't think with D'Lo and Karl Anthony Towns gonna average 25 as well.
Mhm.
D'Lo gonna
Double-double. He
average
gonna give you a
21,
double-double.
22. So that means you're gonna get 73, 74 points from just I don't think he averaged 25, 26. Not this year. Not
Maybe
yet.
not.
at least.
You know what?
You gotta
You're
ask
right.
yourself,
You're right.
How long is D'Angelo Russell or how long is Karl Anthony Towns
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
there?
true. That's
Because
true.
they could be trade
Well, no, we
bait.
talking
true.
about this year though. We talking about breakout player this year. I'm not saying he can't.
Right,
If he was on a team where he was the only guy, damn near, or if he had maybe one other guy, then yeah, I would say he could average 25, 26. But I'm just saying this year.
What I'm telling you is by the All-Star break, don't be surprised if he is the only guy.
Right. And just let me say this too. Minnesota don't play no defense. Like Minnesota don't play no defense, and reason why I say that, they're a very high scoring team. Like I think Minnesota's averaging like 118 last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
They did.
if Minnesota?
Did it? I
Bro.
didn't know that. I know they sustained a lot of injuries and stuff. I didn't even know
Right,
that.
bro. They weren't playing like Minnesota. Don't play no defense.
Yeah, well, yeah. I didn't know.
Like
they was
Z,
on that.
I'm talking about like Z.
Right.
All they want. Look, this is what Minnesota do. They come down, they throw their hands up on defense, hope you miss, get the rebound. They just want to run transition. So
Hey,
that's
so-
why. So that's why I could possibly see him maybe averaging 23, 24. Big Cat 25. So what we at 48. You know what I'm saying? That's 48 just between them two. You know.
Arlen
He said
said
Mo
Mo
called her.
called and said his
Hey, look here, Arlen, man. Hey, look.
Gonna break out too?
Snitches get stitches.
Hey,
Arlen the trolls now. Hey, you know what I'm noticing? Arlen is the No Cap Sports Show podcast troll. And look,
definitely is.
I would be remiss. I would be remiss if I didn't see your little comments about Kyrie. Look, we all know you're a Laker fan.
On it too, though.
It's a whole lot of Laker fans that don't want to see Kyrie play. I can promise. And I'm not talking about the two on here. It's a lot of Laker fans behind the scenes. They don't want to see. They want to see Kyrie not play. Yeah, look at Arlen because he know I'm telling the truth.
Hell
Of course.
yeah.
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Why? Why?
He's a threat.
That's smoke. What you mean? Even
Come on,
I
man.
know that. I do.
what?
Some people don't want that
You know,
smoke.
yeah. Come on, man.
Bro,
I'm not saying.
what real fan doesn't want the complete team? Because my thing is, bro,
Arlen.
I don't want the Lakers to play the Nets and somebody don't play. And now we got to hear the bullshit about the Lakers only won because like, bro, nah, like I want the whole team to play, bro. Like,
I mean,
Too, bro.
like that don't mean shit.
That's you, little bro. I agree, but there's a lot of people. You're right. There's people out there that don't want that. They want their team to simple.
So are we gonna say the same thing that it's a lot of people that want to see AD or Westbrook go down and get hurt? Then if they
Nah, I definitely don't want to see that.
you know what I'm
bro.
saying? So
I
like,
don't want to
see
see that, but
anybody
it's
get
other
hurt.
people.
is it a lot of people that's hoping like, okay, let's hope if they match up LeBron not playing, or let's hope, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey,
Nah.
right. No, I don't think that way.
I want
You
full
know,
strength,
I-
both
I-
teams.
I don't
I
think, you
don't
know what I'm
want
saying? Because I'm a fan of the game. Whether we
Right.
lose or not, I'm not getting paid by the damn Lakers, so I want to see the best game
I want to
possible.
see. I want to see everybody playing. I don't want no excuses at the end of the day.
I mean, let's call it what it is. Now we don't, but there are a lot of fans that do.
That do.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, there are
want to
plenty
have
of
a
games where I'm like, take him out.
Oh,
Take him
wow.
out.
Yeah.
Hey, but no,
Nicely, safely, but
the reason why I asked y'all about the points was because about his stats was because like, do y'all think Ant-Man going from 19 to let's say 23 is more of a breakout than Kevin Porter going from what he averaged to let's say if he averaged 20, 21 right now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
It depends on impact, look, bro.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you can average what you average. It depends on your impact on the game.
for
You
breakout,
can,
though?
you can score 19 and you can go from 14 to 25 all day long. But if you're shooting 33% from the field, that don't mean shit. And if
Right.
you don't impact the full quarter or the overall game or what have you, and you shooting 50% from the free throw line, that shit don't mean that. That's
And-
So do y'all
And your
agree that
team
the
on-
break-
And your team only wins 33 games. So,
Exactly.
So
That's
do
it.
y'all
Impact.
agree that like this breakout candidate that we doing is kind of like most improved, right? That's like that's the real award, most improved.
No, bro. I think it's
Nah.
it was a great topic at the end of the day.
No. I'm saying in the league, like the award is most improved, right?
Well, usually the most
yes, yeah,
improved
you're talking about the
player-
most improved, right?
Usually the most improved player is gonna be on like a playoff contender.
But
It
what I'm
usually
saying is that not like the breakout candidate what we're doing right now?
Not really. That's kind of two different things. Most improved is more or less, if you look at it, the last couple of award winners, they haven't been on losing teams. You know what I'm saying? We just talking about players that we like to see get in their bag and going to improve.
That's
But
it.
most
Break
improved
out.
is probably going to be on a playoff team.
Facts.
A la Julius Randle, other players.
Right.
Go
That's
back and
true.
look at the
I don't
awards.
think Julius. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see though, bro.
Well, hey, look, Eb, I'm gonna end on this. Remember, I told y'all this. If you don't get injured again, comeback player of the year, my man Spencer Dinwiddie. Remember what I told you. Watch.
I love Spencer Dinwiddie. Man.
Yeah, I think so.
Inside.
Hey, we'll see.
Yes, we will.
We'll
We
definitely
ain't got
see
too
about
much
that.
longer now. How much
Absolutely.
longer? Not long now.
Right. What the NBA start October? The season started October.
What, 2
19th.
Yes, sir. 2
Yeah.
weeks. Yes,
It's
sir.
going
Trey
down
Young already
very
had a breakout
soon.
season. Yep, you're right.
Going down very soon. All right, fellas. Do we have one more thing for the family?
No, that's it. That's
We
all.
good.
That's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much to everybody for joining us tonight. Again, this is the No Cap Sports Show podcast where sports and convos collide. Folks, catch us again next week, Wednesday, same time, same bat channel. Have a good night.
Put your hands in the air, shake a damn yeah. Put your hands in the air, shake a damn yeah. Come on.